Your dog is by your side for a bigger reason. Discover the hidden truth. Imagine the following scene. You arrive home after a long and tiring day. Your mind is charged. Your body feels the weight of worries. And before you even let out a sigh, your dog is already there. He doesn't say anything, but you feel like he knows. He lays his head on your lap, watches you with those deep eyes, and somehow all the tension seems to dissipate. Now stop for a moment and think, what if this connection was much more than just instinct? What if your dog was sent into your life for a much greater purpose than you realize? This idea may seem mystical, but many cultures and spiritual traditions have advocated this for centuries. Dogs have always been seen as guardians between worlds, protectors of souls and spiritual guides. However, this truth was forgotten by time. Until now. In recent years, intriguing reports have begun to emerge. People who claim their dogs sense invisible presences. Others who have noticed that their dogs avoid certain places and certain people, as if they notice something that no one else can see. And even more impressive, there are those who swear their dogs have returned to them in different bodies, as if the connection had never been broken. Are dogs just domesticated animals? Or is there something much deeper going on here? Be part of our spiritual family. Subscribe to the channel today and comment "I believe" below as a symbol that you accept your role in this great transition. Let your energy be counted among the chosen. The time is now. Science explains, but not everything. If you think this is all just a coincidence, science may surprise you. Researchers have already proven that dogs have extraordinary abilities. They can detect diseases, like cancer, with a level of precision that is impressive just by smell. They are capable of predict epileptic seizures and bouts of hypoglycemia before they happen. They feel changes in their owner's heart rate and emotional state even before any physical or verbal expression. But there is something that science has not yet been able to fully explain. Why do so many dogs react to invisible things? How do they know when something bad is about to happen? And why do some people feel like they've found their dogs again, even after losing them? The answer may lie in a field that goes beyond biology. Dogs can be much more than companions. They can be true spiritual guardians, connections that go beyond time. The idea that dogs have a spiritual mission is not new. Ancient civilizations believed that these animals were bridge between the physical and spiritual world. No, ancient Egypt, Anubis, the jackal-headed god, was responsible for guiding souls on the journey after death. You Celts, they saw dogs as symbols of protection and healing, believing that they accompanied spiritual warriors. In many indigenous tribes, dogs were considered guardians of souls, protecting humans from invisible forces. And this belief is still alive today. Many people report that their dogs arrived in their lives exactly when they needed them most. Some say they found their dogs during periods of great transformation, after painful losses, emotional crises, or radical life changes. Others describe an immediate feeling of familiarity, as if that puppy had always been by his side, even if it was the first time they had seen each other. If this has ever happened to you, it may not have been just a coincidence. It could have been something much bigger, a spiritual reunion. What if your dog chose you? Now think about how your dog came into your life. Was it something planned, or did it happen unexpectedly? Did you adopt it at a time of change? Did you get the feeling that he knew who you were from the first look? Many believe that we choose our pets. But what if it's the opposite? What if they are the ones who choose us? If you feel like your connection with your dog goes beyond the ordinary, if he seems to understand your emotions without you saying a word, or if he's ever protected you from something you couldn't see, then maybe he's not there for you by chance. Perhaps he was sent to guide you, protect you, and accompany you on your journey. And that's just the first piece of the puzzle. In the next part, We will explore how dogs perceive the world differently, seeing things that escape the human eye. And more, how they are able to sense invisible energies and protect their owners from forces that most people don't even notice. So tell me, has your dog ever behaved strangely as if he was protecting you from something invisible? Share your experience, because what you're about to discover could change the way you see this connection forever. Your journey is just beginning. It's time to regain your strength and build a new path. Subscribe to the channel and be part of this community that is awakening to the truth. Our dogs, guardians of the chosen, the destiny and spirituality behind this connection. Now that you understand that your connection with your dog can go beyond the physical, an even deeper question arises. What if he wasn't by your side by chance? Many spiritual traditions believe that certain souls are sent to Earth on special missions. They are called chosen, people with an important role in transforming the energy around them. But this journey can be lonely and challenging, which is why some of these souls are assigned a guardian, a silent protector, always present and faithful. And this guardian may have 4 legs, a loyal heart, and a look that seems to see beyond this world. But is this just a belief, or is there something bigger behind this idea? The answer may lie in the history of humanity itself, and in the way dogs have always been linked to the destiny of great civilizations. From the beginning, dogs have always been more than just animals. The relationship between humans and dogs dates back to more than 20,000 years, when the first wolves were domesticated. But dogs weren't just hunting companions, they were always considered spiritual protectors. In ancient civilizations, dogs were directly linked to people's spirituality and destiny. Ancient Egypt, circa 3000 BC, the Egyptians believed that dogs were guides from beyond. The god Anubis, represented with the head of a jackal, was responsible for leading souls to the underworld. For them, dogs not only protected physically, but spiritually. Greek mythology, around 200 BC, the dog Cerberus, it guarded the entrance to the underworld, ensuring that no soul left and protecting those who followed its spiritual path. Celts, 800 BC, 400 AD, the Celts saw dogs as healers and spiritual guides. They believed that these animals helped spiritual warriors fulfill their destiny and ward off negative spirits. Feudal Japan, 1185–1603 AD. Dogs were considered spiritual messengers and protectors of temples, often depicted in statues guarding sacred gates. But this belief did not remain in the past. Even today, there are those who believe that dogs continue to fulfill a spiritual purpose, especially in the lives of those who have a unique mission. Dogs feel more than we can imagine. Modern scientists have proven that dogs perceive the world very differently from humans. They sense smells, frequencies, and vibrations that escape our perception. Your sense of smell can identify a single smell among 1 trillion. This means that a dog can sense chemical changes in your body, sensing your stress, anxiety, or even illness before you even notice. Your hearing picks up frequencies between 40 Hz and 60,000 Hz, while humans only hear up to 20,000 Hz. This may explain why many dogs react to sounds that seem non-existent to us. Furthermore, there is an intriguing phenomenon. Many dogs show signs of discomfort or protectiveness when they are around certain people, as if they are able to sense something we cannot see. These capabilities raise a question. What if dogs not only sense our emotional state, but also see things that are beyond our understanding? The chosen and the spiritual protection of dogs. People who consider themselves chosen. They report feeling the presence of different energies and facing challenges that cannot always be explained. If you have already, did you feel that certain people sucked your energy, leaving you exhausted? He had premonitions that came true. He went through intensely transformative and challenging events. Have you noticed that some inexplicable situations happen more frequently in your life? So your energy may be different, and the dogs seem to be attracted to this type of energy. There are reports of people saying that their dogs started acting protectively out of nowhere, barking in empty corners, placing themselves between their owners and certain people, or even showing signs of tiredness after a day in which their owners experienced emotional difficulties. The most curious thing, many of these reports come from people who consider themselves different or spiritually sensitive. It's time to regain your strength and build a new path. If this video is making sense to you, don't stop here. Click the subscribe button now and discover the next step towards your transformation. Has your dog already protected you without you realizing? Now think about your own dog. Have you growled or moved away from someone for no apparent reason? Did you seem to notice something you couldn't see? Did he stay by your side in the most difficult moments, as if he knew exactly what you were feeling? If the answer is yes, it may be that he is fulfilling a much greater mission than you imagine. Dogs have always been symbols of protection, and if you are one of those people who carry a unique energy, perhaps your dog is by your side. Not by chance, but by destiny. In the next part, we will explore an even deeper topic. What if your dog was not just a protector, but also a spiritual guide sent to help you on your journey? Get ready, because what you discover could change everything you believe about this connection. Conclusion. Dogs have always been at the side of humans, but their functions go beyond physical protection. If throughout history they were considered spiritual guardians, messengers between worlds, and allies of holy warriors, so maybe that mission never went away. And now that you know this, I ask you, has your dog ever shown signs of something bigger? Do you feel like his presence is more than just a fluke? Share your experience, because this connection can be much deeper than you realize. The connection beyond the physical. Are dogs spirits that return to protect us? Have you ever felt like your dog understands you in a way that no one else can? Like he senses your emotions before you even express them? What's more, have you ever had the feeling that a new dog in your life seemed to carry the essence of one that had already passed away? If the answer is yes, perhaps this connection goes far beyond the physical. For centuries, many cultures have believed that dogs not only share a special bond with their owners, but that this relationship transcends lives and dimensions. In other words, your dog may not be by your side for the first time. Animal reincarnation, belief or reality? The idea of reincarnation, the possibility of a soul returning in a new body, has existed for thousands of years. Spiritual philosophies of Hinduism, Buddhism, and spiritualism argue that souls return to Earth to continue learning and protecting those with whom they share deep bonds. But this belief doesn't just apply to humans. In several traditions, animals are also considered spirits on a journey, being able to reincarnate alongside the same people at different moments in life. No Hinduism, it is believed that dogs can be messengers of destiny and that some return to carry out unfinished missions. No shamanism, animals are seen as protective spirits connected to their owners on a deep, energetic level. No spiritualism, there are reports that animals return to their former owners to continue their mission of protection and love. But what about in practice? Is there anything that proves this theory? Reports of returning dogs. If you have ever lost a dog and sometime later felt that a new dog seemed to carry you inside, know that you are not alone. Many people report experiences like these. A new dog that breeds exactly the same habits of the previous one without ever having been trained for it. A randomly adopted dog who demonstrates an immediate and inexplicable connection with its owner, as if he had known him for a long time. Situations in which dogs encounter the same favorite places of a deceased dog, even though they had never been there before. Coincidence seems unlikely when there are so many similar reports. But if this connection goes beyond the physical plane, how does it really happen? Telepathic communication between humans and dogs. Have you ever noticed that your dog seems to understand you without needing words? He anticipates when you are sad, approaches you when you are anxious, and even changes his behavior depending on the people around him. This happens because dogs do not rely solely on verbal language to communicate. They capture energetic frequencies and perceive our emotions on a level that goes beyond human logic. But can this connection be called telepathy? According to animal behavior experts, dogs have a unique form of sensory communication. They realize facial micro-expressions and small changes in tone of voice. We feel chemical changes in the human body, such as an increase in cortisol, stress hormone, before we even realize we are anxious. They capture energetic vibrations from the environment, reacting to places and people based on these sensations. Many people who meditate or practice spiritual techniques say that at these moments, their dogs remain silent next to them, as if entering the same vibrational state. Others report that before a major event or life change, their dogs have demonstrated unusual behaviors, as if they already knew what was about to happen. Does this mean that dogs can actually communicate telepathically with their owners? Although science does not yet have a definitive answer, evidence suggests that this connection exists and that it is much deeper than we imagine. Share this knowledge with the world. Together we can spread this message and help more people become free. Subscribe to the channel and send this video to anyone who needs to hear this truth. What if your dog is more than a friend? Now stop and think. Have you ever felt like your dog knows exactly how you feel without you having to say anything? Has he ever demonstrated strange behavior before something happens, as if predicting the future? Has a new dog in your life ever made you feel like you're meeting an old friend? If these situations have happened to you, perhaps your dog is not just a companion. Perhaps he is a spirit that has returned to continue protecting you. In the next part, we will explore one of the most intriguing aspects of this relationship, how dogs see and interact with invisible energies, and what this could mean for the chosen. Get ready, because the revelations that come next could change everything you believe about this connection. The idea that dogs can reincarnate and communicate telepathically may seem impossible to some, but many cultures and reports indicate that there is something far beyond biology in this connection. Dogs are not only physically protective, but can be bonded to their owners on a level spiritual and energetic, being guides, messengers, and journey companions who never abandon us, not even after death. Now tell me, have you ever had an experience with a dog that seemed more than just a coincidence? Share your story, because perhaps this connection is much greater than we imagine. Dogs as energetic guardians, how they protect you from unseen forces. Have you ever noticed that your dog behaves differently around certain people or places? Has it ever happened that he becomes restless, barks for no apparent reason, or simply refuses to enter a room? If this has already happened, it could be a sign that he is noticing something that you can't see. Since ancient times, dogs have been considered spiritual protectors and energetic filters. Many cultures believe that these animals have the ability to feel subtle vibrations, absorb negative charges, and ward off invisible forces that can influence their owner's well-being. But is this just a myth? Or do dogs actually have a deeper role in protection and energy balance? Science and spiritual beliefs may have answers that explain this phenomenon. Dogs sense what we don't realize. Biology has already proven that dogs have highly developed senses. Your sense of smell is up to 100,000 times more sensitive than humans, allowing them to identify chemical changes in the environment and even in the bodies of people around them. Furthermore, they perceive sound frequencies that escape human hearing, and capture subtle variations in body language, tone of voice, and even heartbeat. But what about vibrations that cannot be explained by science? Many people report that their dogs, they bark at empty spaces as if they are seeing something invisible. They become agitated for no apparent reason before a negative event happens. They change their behavior around certain people, showing discomfort or protection. These reports raise a question. Can dogs perceive something beyond the physical? Negative energy and the role of dogs as spiritual filters. If we consider that everything in the universe is made up of energy, including thoughts, emotions, and intentions, it makes sense that dogs, with their natural sensitivity, are able to capture these vibrations. Many spiritual traditions believe that dogs not only perceive, but also absorb negative energies. They function as a kind of protective barrier, preventing these energies from affecting their owners. Some signs that your dog may be absorbing dense energies include excessive tiredness after an emotionally intense day for you, changes in behavior after visits from certain people, recurrent illnesses without apparent explanation, especially in times of tension in the house. In some cultures, it is believed that when a dog becomes ill for no medical reason, it may be because it has absorbed something negative to protect its owner. This means we must take care of not only our own energy, but our dog's energy as well. To not miss any message from God, click the subscribe button, write "I'm ready" in the comments, and start aligning your energy with the transformation that is coming. Dogs as spiritual guardians. In addition to absorbing dense energies, there are reports that dogs act as protectors against invisible forces. In Celtic culture, dogs were considered spiritual sentinels that drove away unwanted spirits and guided their owners along safe paths. In ancient Egypt, dogs were believed to protect homes against negative entities and bad influences. In several shamanic traditions, dogs are seen as power animals, whose presence strengthens the energy of a place and prevents unwanted vibrations from entering. If your dog frequently positions himself between you and another person, growls for no apparent reason, or avoids certain places, he may be trying to protect you. How to help your dog? Maintain balanced energy. If dogs do indeed absorb negative energy, it is essential to ensure that they also have ways of cleanse yourself energetically. Here are some ways we can help you. Nature walks. Contact with the earth and fresh air helps to release accumulated energy. Energy baths. Some cultures suggest baths with gentle herbs, such as chamomile or rosemary, to purify the animal's energy. Protective crystals. Some people use stones such as black tourmaline or clear quartz near where the dog sleeps, helping to filter energy. Balanced environment. Avoiding constant fights at home and keeping the home clean and organized also helps protect your dog's energy. Remember, just as he takes care of you, you must also take care of his energy. Is your dog protecting you? Now reflect on these questions. Has your dog ever shown discomfort in certain places for no apparent reason? Does he seem tired after times when you feel emotionally overwhelmed? Have you ever had the feeling that he was protecting you from something invisible? If your answer is sim, maybe your dog isn't just by your side out of affection. He may be fulfilling a much greater role, taking care of your energy and protecting you from forces you can't even imagine. In the next part, we will explore another surprising aspect: how dogs can act as true spiritual guides, helping you find the right path in life. What you're about to discover could change the way you see this connection forever. Dogs have always been seen as spiritual guardians, and their natural abilities may explain why they are so sensitive to the energies around us. They protect, balance, and absorb vibrations that could negatively affect us. But now comes the question: has your dog shown signs of being a true guardian of your energy? Share your experience, because perhaps this connection is much deeper than you realize. If you feel this calling within you, subscribe to the channel and write "I am chosen" in the comments. Declare that you are ready to receive what is already in store for you. Dogs and destiny. A bond that goes beyond time. Now that you understand the depth of the connection between you and your dog, you may be wondering, is this all just coincidence, or is there something much bigger at play? If throughout your life you have felt that your dog understands you without words, that he appeared at the right moment, or that he protects you from something invisible, then perhaps this relationship is not the result of chance. Maybe he was sent to guide you, balance you, and keep you safe. Do dogs choose their owners? Many people believe they choose their dogs, but what if it's the other way around? What if, even before you met, destiny had already decided this connection? There are countless reports of people finding their dogs unexpectedly. Some emerged after great losses, others in moments of profound transformation, and many of them arrived exactly when they were needed most. Is this just luck, or was it a piece of a bigger puzzle? The truth is that dogs don't come into our lives for no reason. They appear at exactly the right moments, teach us lessons that we don't always realize immediately, and above all, protect us in ways that go beyond what we can see. If you feel different, if your energy seems to be more intense than other people's, if you constantly face spiritual or emotional challenges, then your dog may be with you. Not just as a friend, but as a true guardian. Energy never breaks, not even with death. And what happens when a dog leaves? Does this connection just disappear? Many owners report feel your dog's presence even after they are gone. Some hear footsteps around the house, others feel a weight next to them in bed, and there are those who say they see clear signs that their dogs are still nearby. But most impressive are the reports of reunions. How many people have adopted a new dog only to discover that it had the same habits, the same looks, and even the same quirks as the previous one? If the energy isn't destroyed, who's to say the dogs won't return to continue fulfilling their mission? Your dog may have a much greater purpose than you realize. Now that you know all this, look at your dog with new eyes. Has he ever protected you without you realizing it? Did it appear in your life at a critical moment? Ever act like you feel something you can't see? If the answer is Sim, maybe your dog isn't just living next door to you. Perhaps he was sent to ensure you carry out your mission, and this mission may be more important than you ever imagined. Nothing is by chance. Dogs have been linked to us for thousands of years, not just as companions, but as true protectors and spiritual guides. If they truly perceive what is beyond our senses, absorb energies, and even return to continue by our side, then this connection is much more powerful than we think. If you've made it this far, you now know that this relationship was never just about affection. Your dog can be by your side because he was chosen for this. And the only question left is, are you ready to see this connection with the eyes of your soul? The awakening continues. If this video opened your eyes to truths you had never seen before, imagine what else you can discover. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that will transform your life.